And welcome to the gymnasium at Beckley Woodrow Wilson High School. I'm Maris Lowry and Lauren Dillon with me here at courtside as we get ready for the championship round of the winners bracket in the Region 3 Section 2 Class AAA volleyball tournament. Now, Beckley advanced by beating Oak Hill 3-0. Beckley won those games 25-7, 25-14, and 25-12. Greenbrier East, the number 2 seed, beat Princeton 3-1. So the losers bracket going on across the way is Oak Hill and Princeton. Here in the winners bracket is Beckley and East. Well, as I mentioned, Lauren Dillon is with me. Lauren, you are a volunteer coach at Beckley. You have a daughter on the squad, Abby Dillon. Your daughter, as I'm sure a lot of people know from all the other sports that she's played. And now here's an opportunity for the Beckley girls team to, here in this volleyball match, to win and advance against their arch rival Greenbrier East.
Mm-hmm. That's right, yes, and it's always a big rivalry with Greenbrier East no matter what sport we're playing.
Yeah, so as you were watching the sweep by Beckley by winning over Oak Hill 3-0, what really stood out? And to me, I'm going to mention a couple things and let you elaborate on it. I thought the way Beckley really attacked the net, and in the 3 games, Harris led the way with Beckley with 16 points, 7 for Hassan, 6 for Coleman, and 5 for Penn. And I thought it was the way the other girls set those girls up at the net that Beckley was very effective in what they did in those 3 games.
Yes, I think our net play was really good, but I think the reason we could do that is because our serve receive passing was really on point tonight, which we've sometimes struggled with in certain matches. But and also free ball passing. Once the pass can get to the setter, we usually can, put down a kill, I'd say greater than 60% of the time. So. And
obviously you've been to every game, like I said, since you have a daughter on the team. So how did it go in the regular season when Beckley and Greenbrier East played?
We actually went 3 games with them down there, and we ended up winning 2-1. And then we played them a weekday match at Shady Spring, and they actually beat us 2-0. And then the last time we played them here, we also beat them 2-1. So, of
course, it's like any other sport. Whenever you get into tournament time, forget about what happened in the regular season. Tournament time, a lot of times, is always different than what happens in regular season play.
Correct. Yes, there's always excitement and nerves and a lot on the line, to advance.
Well, it's such a huge advantage, and I had a chance to talk to the head coach of Beckley, Bree Rhodes, after they beat Oak Hill in between games. And if Beckley's able to win this series, then they sit back on Wednesday and await the survivor of whoever comes out of the other 3 teams. And more importantly that, Lauren, the teams are going to have to beat them 6 times, going to have to win 3 games they're going to have to beat them twice of 3 out of 5 series. So they're going to have to beat Beckley 6 times. And I think regardless of who's in that loser's bracket, that's going to be a tall task trying to beat somebody 6 times.
That is correct, yes. It's double elimination, and it's best 3 out of 5. So it does turn into a lot of volleyball in order to advance.
So we're ready to go. I'm glad you're able to join us here on Video Productions. And, of course, you've been one of the parents. You helped made this broadcast possible, and we thank you for that. You were kind of the one on the parent end of the volleyball parents that helped first put this bug in my ear and then also raising some of the finances in which we need to cover the cost. We appreciate you doing that.
Thank you. Yes, our boosters had a lot to do with that. And the girls work hard in the off-season to run camps and do concession stands to raise a lot of money for that to happen. So.
We also thank Massey Power Sports that also was a major contributor in making this happen. Also Brian Helton and Little General Store. So we're ready to go. I hope you don't get too nervous. I know it's tough probably trying to help me call a game and have your daughter playing at the same time.
Yes,
That's all right. I got a seatbelt. I'm going to strap you in over here as your daughter Abby will lead things off as she is ready to serve over to Greenbrier East, and we're moments away from getting this underway. And here we go. Beckley Greenbrier East, game 1 of the best 3 of 5. And quickly we got a whistle.
It's a net call, and she was under the net and in the net a little bit. The setter was for Greenbrier East.
So Beckley scores 1-0, and that's something that I would have not have picked up on my own without your expertise to tell me that.
Sure.
Beckley with the serve. There's Abby, your daughter, setting up a nice, sometimes, and I said this in the first game, when you go to the net, that time Harris doesn't have to have the big tomahawk spike. Sometimes you can have like a little soft tip as she did that time for the point.
Yeah, a little off-speed hit sometimes keeps them off balance. Yes, sir.
So 2-0 Beckley leads. Game 1 of the best 3 out of 5. And that's going to be a little far. That'll be out of bounds, or will it not?
There was a touch on our block, so they get the ball side out east.
And they get the point on that as well.
Yep.
That's one thing I'm looking here. So I'm looking.
The ball was out, but we touched it on the block. So.
Gotcha. All right. See, I didn't have that kind of expertise in the first series, so I'm glad to have you here.
Okay.
Once again, Beckley, and the one thing that I was very impressed with was how they are at the front of the net.
Uh-huh.
And once again, there's a setup by Abby Dillon. And once again, just a soft tip over the net by Harris. Back and forth we go. This is where a lot of action, where both teams volleying it, and Beckley able to come away with the point.
Sarah Dill with the kill, yes.
So, I noticed this too, and I don't know if our viewers can see it, like when the girls check in, they do this like kind of handshake or something.
Yeah.
I thought maybe that was the volleyball secret handshake, and found out it's just a team thing, right?
Yeah, they all have their particular handshake. I guess it's luck or,
Hey, as I told Coach Rhodes, whatever works for you, right?
Right, exactly, yes.
Nice job by Harris at the net. There's Dillon with the setup, and there's Harris. Like I said, you almost can't defend that.
Yeah,
Abby Dillon, your daughter, with a great setup,
Yeah.
and then just the tomahawk chop like a slam dunk in basketball, as Harris able to, as we watch the instant replay, able to throw it down.
Yes.
I sure wouldn't want to be on the other end of that.
No, I've been on the other end of that. It isn't fun.
No, and I mean that ball's coming at you as the serve
goes out
of bounds, so East gets a point. But speaking of that last spike, that ball is coming at you so fast, and you don't have hardly any time to react to that.
Yes, correct.
Here's Greenbrier East with the serve. Beckley setting it up, and East will get it across the net, or tip across the net for the point.
Yep.
So a very competitive game. See, I have the score 4-3. The score shows 5-2. Now I could be wrong on that.
Is that the right score?
But we will check that out and make sure.
I think they're fixing it.
It is now 5-3. They show, and the score that we have is 4-3. And now it's 5-4. And I could have made a mistake in running the score. Our score shows 4-4. The scoreboard
should be
shows
4-4, they're saying.
5-4. That's what I thought. I thought I was correct.
Yep.
And I told you before we went on there, that's why I do keep a running score, as Beckley will get the point there and regain the lead at 5-4.
Yeah.
We watch the instant replay there.
It's Leah Hare with the little push, two-hand push.
So Beckley will serve. With that serve was Emily Gallagher.
The block by Alana Penn and Sarah. Oh, no, it came down on our side. I didn't realize that.
So game tied at 5. And what a nice job that was by Hassan.
Anya Hassan, yes, sir.
Lauren, I just got a text, and they told me the broadcast automatically just got better now that I got you on here. So I appreciate that for one of our viewers.
Oh, that's funny. Okay.
I know you can't see it here, but when we're doing football and basketball games, we can see the comments whenever people text them in, right? So we can actually see what people are saying. Right. Nice play by Greenbrier East.
Yeah, it's a good tip.
Yeah, to tie the game. Well, I've got somebody over here to straighten me out when I'm taking the car off the road a bit. You can help pull me back on.
That's right.
And I appreciate that. All right, here's Greenbrier East with the serve. Beckley back the other way. Back and forth we go. Nice job at the net. That's a beautiful play by Alana Penn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good single block there.
That is a tremendous play as we watch the replay.
Yeah.
So it'll be Abby Mallory into the lineup. She'll serve. I did say her name correctly,
correct.
Right? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you can see I even put it in my notes. Make sure I got it right.
That's good.
I think so.
Yeah, no one wants their name said.
No, they don't. And Greenbrier East. Once again, as we said earlier, you don't have to have that big thunderous spike.
You just have to be smart.
Yes.
Yep, that's correct.
Like they say in baseball, hit it where they ain't.
Yes.
In volleyball, put it where they ain't.
That's right. Play smarter, not harder.
Yep. 7-7. We're all even. Game 1 of the best 3 of 5. Glad you're with us on video production. I'm Maris Lowry with Lauren Dillon. And Greenbrier East. Wow, that's a great turn by Beckley. And another thing, too, Lauren, is, being able to play it out of the rafters.
Yes.
Nice job by Abby Dillon. And what do we got?
A net call on Greenbrier East.
So they went across the net.
They touched the net.
Touched the net, and that's a point for Beckley. And they regained the lead 8-7. That's one of the things I learned here upon arriving here at the gym. You can play it off the rafters, and that's pretty neat.
Yeah, not off the wall, but you can play it off the rafter.
Yeah. So here's Greenbrier East. Beckley does a good job. They set it up by Dillon. And a nice job that time, once again, by Harris. I'm sure teams practice trying to defend that, but I don't know how you can when that ball's coming as hard and fast as it is at you like that. I mean, it's one thing to practice, and, Lauren, I'm not so sure that teams can actually simulate that in practice when somebody can spike it like that.
Yes, you're right. You're right. It is difficult, really, to defend her.
Back the other way, and that's a little strong. Beckley will get the point on that, and Beckley has now scored 3 in a row and take a 10-7 lead. So it'll be Beckley's turn. They're serving. And once again, a nice little tip at the front of the net. And that's the one thing, Lauren, through the 3 games I've done and now almost halfway into the 4th game, Beckley has been so good at the front of the net.
Yes.
And you can see that's something I'm sure that you're at practice. Obviously, you just don't wake up one morning and say you're going to do that. Or come to school as Beckley scores again. You're not just going to show up one night and say, we're going to do this. You can tell they put a lot of work in that. Yes,
sir. Timeout, Greenbrier East.
So Beckley on I guess it's like basketball on a 5-0 run, and we got a nice crowd behind us. The student body has showed out, which is good to see that the school's supporting, their classmates.
Yeah.
So far, if you're Beckley, you have to be really pleased with what you've seen to this point with a 5-point advantage at 12-5.
Right. Yes, they're 12-7, but yes.
Oh, 12. Well, a 5-point lead advantage is what I meant.
I got you.
There you go. See, I need you to pull me out. I
wish it was 12-5. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, they're playing good. Both teams are playing good. East is a really good team. They have a lot of good hitters. So volleyball is very volatile. 1 minute you're up, the next minute you're down by 10 points. It can swing either way very quickly.
So at some point, you can correct me if I'm wrong, or it reminds me a lot of like basketball, like games of runs in basketball.
Yes.
It's like momentum.
It is definitely a game of momentum.
Right. While East took the timeout, Beckley had scored 5 in a row to go up 12-7, not 12-5, 5 points in a row. And I think that was a good timeout by Coach Savage, who's coached.
Yes.
He coaches, of course, volleyball for Greenbrier. He coaches basketball at James Monroe for the boys team.
Yes, both teams have been very successful.
And one thing, too, and I'm sure you would know, I'm sure all these girls know each other well. They've been playing against each other probably for a while.
Yes.
And that's a good job that time by Greenbrier East to get the point.
Stack, she's a good hitter.
Yes. So they break the Beckley run, and East has trimmed the lead to 12-8 as we watch the replay. Of course, across the way on the other court is the third-place game going on. That's elimination game between Oak Hill and Princeton. The winner of that game, or the winner of that best 3 out of 5, will play the loser of this best 3 of 5. And it'll be out of bounds, the point to Beckley. So Sarah Deal, who did not play in any of the first 3 games against Oak Hill, now enters into the lineup.
Yes.
Now, could that be like of a matchup situation, or why that's the case?
A lot of times it is, but she actually tweaked her ankle a little bit on Saturday at practice, so I think they were just trying to rest her when they could. Yeah.
And I'm sure volleyball is like basketball, even though you don't have fouls, you don't have people with foul trouble, you still got to keep fresh girls out on the floor at all times.
Right, correct, yes.
So 13-9, the Beckley lead. And right at the net, exciting action. What a nice play that time by Beckley. And that will be out of bounds to Beckley. You know, the one thing I really like, and I'm sure any volleyball fan would, is to see them, and I guess the correct term is volleying it back and forth for as many times as they can as we watch that last play.
It's really exciting to watch.
Yes. Well, I'm glad you were available to help me out here tonight.
No problem. I don't mind at all.
And I know it's as Greenbrier scores. I know it's got to be even more difficult with the daughter out there actually playing.
Yeah.
And I know you're probably really nervous.
And you want them to do well.
Yeah, and you're more nervous, I'm sure, than she is.
Right. Oh, that's how it always is.
Well, I know because, in covering her when she played basketball and seeing her in other sports, she always seems so very calm and stoic. She seems that way.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm sure if she's not, you could never tell.
Yes.
And that's very
good.
poised.
Game face.
That's very poised as a player.
Right.
So back and forth we go. This has been really good by both teams. And Greenbrier East wins at the net. My football and basketball partner, Eric Thomas, it was funny because I was mentioned to you before we came on, I had his wife Regina on as one of my halftime guests.
Yes.
And I'll get in that point right after this play.
Okay.
Here's Beckley, and that's something you can't count on when the ball hits up in the rafters. But what I was saying is that I had Regina Thomas on as Beckley calls a timeout, one of my halftime guests. And it was funny because their son Peyton, who played football at Beckley and played basketball here, when he came in for a weekend to watch Beckley, he said if I could have his dad on and his mom, he certainly could get on. So I had him on at halftime. So in your case, I haven't had your husband Eric on at Video Productions, but I did in fact, I had a picture I sent to him this summer when I was cleaning out my place when I interviewed him back in my radio days.
Okay.
So I've had him on, and I think I've had Abby on. So now why can't you be on?
That's
so
right, exactly.
Right?
Yes, of course. Yes.
So out of the timeout, 14-12. I'm Maris Lowry. Got Lauren Dillon with us, the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing. And the brains of the outfit, Faith Alexander, on camera. She really is the brains of the outfit. Anytime I'm involved, somebody else is always the brains of the outfit. Everybody will agree with that.
Yeah.
Back the other way, and nice job by Beckley Harris. Great job at the net. Both teams back and forth. They set it up, and it's a point for Beckley. And Lauren, that's one thing that we were talking about. No matter what the sport is, when Beckley and Greenbrier East play, they really do bring out the best in each other.
Yes, always competitive.
Yes. So it'll be Beckley with the serve. It'll be Emily Gallagher, and she will serve it. And Beckley big at the net. And Beckley with the point.
And it's Gallagher,
I beg your pardon.
You're good.
You got to help me out because the first game I called her Gallagher.
Well,
I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
And that's one of the many reasons I have you
helping
me out here.
Fine.
I need you to.
Yeah.
I told you when I drive the car off the cliff, you got to help pull me back on.
You've got a lot of names you have to remember.
Yeah.
So.
And you know them because you know all of them by being a volunteer coach.
Yes.
And I'm sure a lot of these girls who's friends. I'm sure with your daughter and the same age, and you know them from growing up.
Yes.
So.
That's right.
Now they blow the whistle, and I'm not sure what that's about.
It was a carry by the setter on Greenbrier East.
So is that a redo or that's a point,
That's a point Beckley, and then timeout Greenbrier East.
So while we got a timeout, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
This game is sponsored by Brian Hilton. Brian is running to represent you in the state senate. Brian is the conservative choice for Raleigh, Wyoming, and Fayette counties. He is pro-life and supports our Second Amendment rights. Brian Hilton will work hard to make it happen.
And we welcome you back to Beckley Woodrow Wilson High School. I'm Maris Lowry with Lauren Dillon here in this Region 3, Section 2 Class AAA volleyball matchup. Game 1 of the best 3 of 5. Beckley and Greenbrier East. Beckley up 5, 17-12. Now make it 6 as Beckley now with this longest lead of the ball game here at 6 points at 18-12. And I'm sure, Lauren, when these games are as competitive as they are, when you have to have 25 to win, when you start getting up to 20 or over 20, that's when the points really become tough to get.
Yes, correct.
But Beckley's presence at the net.
That was a good block, but it went out, unfortunately.
Yeah. But Beckley's presence at the net has been outstanding.
Yes.
And the point will go to East. So Greenbrier East, it'll be McClure that will serve it. Gets it across the net. Abby Dillon sets it up. Back we go. To get another setup by Dillon. And Greenbrier East this time wins at the net.
Yes.
And, I would think that in a 5-game series that winning the first game is so important. Now, even though the ball didn't clear the net, that's still
okay.
good to go.
Yes, it didn't used to be. Years ago, it didn't used to be.
Good job again by Beckley at the front of the net. Nice job rallying to the ball for Beckley. Greenbrier sets it back up. And a point for the Spartans. Yeah, there's a lot of things back in my just playing like volleyball in recreation. There's a lot of things that have changed as far as rules and all.
And even when I played, you only scored when you served, So
right.
rally scoring really sped up the game.
Yeah.
Because games could last forever,
Okay, now not to tell your age, but you were in what class when you played at Beckley?
I graduated in 97, so.
That still makes you very young.
Yeah, no, I don't know. 1997.
All right, 19 to 15. Well, you graduated in 1997. I graduated in 1981.
Okay, a little bit different.
So I think and actually, I can remember ever since you were a baby. You were born in like 1979.
79.
I remember that because I've known your family forever, and I remember when you were younger than that. I remember, like I said, when you were an infant.
Yes. Yep.
And Beckley once again strong to net, but East able to return it. And a point for Beckley. As Abby does a great job, Abby Dillon, and then Hassan with the chop.
Anya Hassan, good kill. She's just a sophomore. She does good on the outside.
So Beckley up 5 at 20 to 15. This is game 1 of the best 3 of 5. And I really like the pace of these volleyball games.
Yeah.
We've had a timeout by each team, and it's been like a 30-second timeout. That's it. This time, Beckley doesn't clear the net, and East gets the point.
Yeah.
But the one thing, as you well know from having your daughter play basketball, that when these games are over, you can go home and you can watch it and you can study it. And they'll always be up. They'll always be here forever.
Right. It's a good advantage.
A point to Beck. One day.
It's a net call by Greenbrier East.
Yeah. One day down the road, when you're a grandmother and Abby has kids of her own, she can look back and say, "Here's Mama playing, on television, and here's Grandma doing the color, right?"
I know. I wish this was around when I was playing.
Yeah. 21 to 16, and I had Tony Jones on, who you said you went to school with. I had him on at the Beckley Oak Hill football game. At halftime. And he was nice job by East at the net.
By Greenbrier.
21-17. He was class of 1995.
Okay.
And you said you knew him and you went to school with him and his sisters. And I asked him and he's been back to Beckley a couple different times. And the other night against Oak Hill, I think he said it was the second time he'd been back since they'd gotten turf. But I asked him what he thought was the biggest difference of what high school sports is now as to what it was in his day.
Right.
And he said us at video production streaming.
Oh,
so he never could conceive of anything like this 30 years ago.
Yes.
And we're glad you are with us here on video production, streaming this live, Facebook, YouTube. And this has been a good volley back and forth by both teams. Good job by East getting it over the net. Beckley sets it up. And here's Greenbrier East back the other way. And at the net.
Good job.
Once again, just a soft little tip for the point.
Yeah, that was good. That was a tight set. She couldn't really swing at that or she'd have been in the net, so that was good.
And you can tell this game, obviously, not just because it's a tournament game, because it's Beckley and East being played at a very high level.
Yes.
So it'll be Beckley's time to serve, leading 22-17. First one to 25 wins, unless you have to win by 2. And East cannot clear the net, and Beckley up 23-17. So Beckley with an opportunity to take a 1-game-to-none advantage.
Yes.
Is 2 points away from winning game number 1.
Yes.
Glad you're with us on Video Productions. I'm Maris Lowry with Lauren Dillon. Back the other way, back and forth we go. That's a nice job by Greenbrier East. That ball went back and forth, and then East able to come out of there with the point.
With the kill.
So a nice kill by the Spartans. They trimmed the Beckley lead to 23-18. As we watched we had it there a minute ago, the little general instant replay. As Beckley gets it in the net. The one thing, Lauren, I guess, right, hasn't changed. You only got 3 hits to get it over the net, correct?
Yes.
So Greenbrier East inches a little closer. They cut the lead to 23-19. Beckley with the setup. And that's going to be out of bounds and the point to Beckley. So Beckley with an opportunity, as this is the game point right here.
Game point, yes.
As Beckley will dip into its bench and Sarah Deal back into the lineup. So Beckley up 24-19 as Abby Dillon will serve. And Beckley with the chance to get a 1-game-to-none lead. And they will do that.
That's good block by
nice
Alexis
job
Coleman.
at the front of the net.
Alexis Coleman, single block. That's a good block.
So Beckley wins game 1 of this best 3 of 5, 25-19. Lawrence, stay right there. I'm not going to let you go.
Okay.
You're in for the long haul now.
Okay, gotcha.
So we're not going to let you go. I'm going to put a seatbelt on you, make sure you don't go anywhere.
Gotcha.
And we're going to take a break. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
At Access Health, we believe there's a difference between care and caring. We know you by name, and our 26 locations keep you healthy so that you can do the things that truly matter.
This game is sponsored by Brian Helton. Brian is running to represent you in the state senate. Brian is the conservative choice for Raleigh, Wyoming, and Fayette counties. He is pro-life and supports our Second Amendment rights. Brian Helton will work hard to make it happen. Paid for by Helton for West Virginia. Kayla Kessinger, Treasurer.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. You keep us going. Thank you.
Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia high school athletics and our area student athletes. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, with 2 locations for your convenience: 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley and 8762 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia's student athletes. A winning combination. GM.
We believe there's a difference between care and caring. We know you by name, and our 26 locations keep you healthy so that you can do the things that truly matter.
And we welcome you back to the gymnasium at Beckley Woodrow Wilson High School. I'm Maris Lowry, Lauren Dillon. It is Region 3, Section 2, Class AAA volleyball between Beckley and Greenbrier East. We're in the winner's bracket as Beckley beat Oak Hill 3-0 to advance here, and Greenbrier East beat Princeton 3-1. And now this was game one that just concluded, Lauren. And Beckley right now got to be feeling good now as they win game number one, 25-19.
Yes, you can't let your guard down, though. Volleyball, like you mentioned earlier, is a game of momentum. And as you saw earlier, Greenbrier East won the first, Princeton won the second, Greenbrier East won the third. You can never let up. As soon as you let up, you'll get beat.
Well, for you, you're wearing a lot of hats here tonight because first and foremost, you're a mother, and you have a daughter out there playing for Beckley.
Correct.
And appreciate the people can't see, but you haven't really got that emotional. You've been good. I told people that I put a seatbelt on you. But not only that, you're a volunteer coach. So during the break, not only have you've been doing a great job at broadcasting, but you're coaching too. So you've really wore like 3 different hats here tonight.
That's right. That's right. It's hard sometimes to keep your mouth shut.
No, I mean, first of all, like I said, first and foremost, you are a parent, and that's number one. And then, you're a coach, and then I just recruited you tonight to be a broadcaster.
Right.
Even though I texted you early today, is the point will go.
We hit that a little far
a little far, and East will get the point. I think maybe you thought I was kidding when I asked you. I thought maybe you needed to do color. But no, I was sincere with that.
I thought you were joking. I didn't know you were serious.
No. Because in my 34 years, and what a great play that was.
Great hit by Celia Harris. Yeah. Down the line. That's a good hit.
So Beckley evens things up at 1-1. This is game 2, best 3 of 5. And what a big advantage is for the team that wins this series to have to just sit back and let the other teams fight it out to see who you're going to play on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. There's Deal with a nice play.
Yep.
Nice setup for Abby Dillon, and a beautiful play that time. And, your daughter Abby Dillon able to set that up, and that's just as big a part of the play as Harris able to spike it home.
That's right. That's right. Takes a team. Yep, there's the replay. Dia Savage diving for the ball. She's a good libero for Greenbrier East.
Beckley with the point, doing a great job once again at the net. And what I've watched through, as I mentioned, the Oak Hill 3 games, and now the first game of this, and we're into the first portion of the 4th game, Beckley's presence at the net has been outstanding.
Yes, they've done good tonight. Blocking is so important.
And I'm sure that throughout the course of the season, they've been very good at the net as well.
Yes, yeah.
Greenbrier East will get the point on that one.
Mm-hmm. Just a little wide there on that hit.
So 3-2, and
Dia Savage serving. It's Matt Savage's daughter for Greenbrier East.
Right, and of course the name Savage. He's also the boys basketball coach at James Monroe.
Yep.
I'll have to tell you something that he said to me right before the broadcast on the next dead ball.
Okay.
As Beckley gets it across.
It's a good dig.
Yep.
Got to put a block up here. It's a good off-speed ball
Beckley
by Celia.
scores. Yeah, he said when I went to introduce myself, he told me he already knew who I was from watching all the games of video production. I've done a couple of James Monroe games, so I appreciate that, I guess, since because I knew who he was, but I've never really met him.
Well, he probably knows your voice.
Well, he knew my face.
Yeah, your face too, yeah.
Yeah, of course, as you can see, they don't show us. There's a point by Beckley.
Yeah.
And if they showed us on camera, we would put your face on camera and not mine.
You don't want that.
Well, I promise you, our audience would rather see you than me.
I don't think so.
Oh, I do. All right, here's Beckley with the serve.
Oh, nice dig by Skylar Jeffrey.
That was a beautiful play.
Yes, good dig by Dia Savage.
And Beckley once again at the net, but the point will go to Greenbrier East.
Keeps coming right down on him.
5-3, the Beckley lead. I said when you sit down here, because you are sitting in between me and the heavy hitter, Nick Eskins, our producer and director, and I said, you were like the rose between the two thorns. I'm sure everyone would agree with that.
I don't know. It's like a dying rose.
Oh, I don't know about that. Here's Beckley, and a great job. Once again.
Celia Harris.
Yes. She's been outstanding.
She is a heavy hitter. Great attitude,
She's their heavy
too.
Nick Eskins is our heavy hitter.
Yeah.
She's Beckley's heavy hitter. And you know, Lauren.
You like how I used that, Nick, right?
Yeah, Lauren, you know, I'm the one that labeled Nick the heavy hitter.
Okay.
Yeah, when him and
I
started.
just labeled Celia that.
Yeah,
so,
okay.
You know.
when Nick and I first started working together a couple years ago, because this is my 3rd year with Video Productions, and when him and I first met, I labeled him that as the heavy hitter.
Okay, gotcha. I like it. And it's
Great job again for Beckley at the net.
Go.
And Greenbrier East able to score. And once again, as I've said many times, you can see sometimes it's not how hard you hit it, but
Right.
maybe like where you hit it. Right.
Yeah. Yep.
6-4. Beckley leads in this game. They lead in the series 1-0. It's the best 3 of 5. Dillon with the set, and Beckley able to score again.
Alana Penn with the kill.
And you know, Lauren, it's not like that if East loses this game and falls down 2-0 that they can't win. But
Correct.
you really dig yourself a big
Yes,
hole
yes.
if you have to beat a team 3 straight times.
Yeah. And it can be done. I mean,
Right.
it definitely can be done, but it's difficult.
It's very difficult.
Yeah.
So, you know, your East, as they come up with a point there, and they cut the lead to 7-5.
Yep.
Yeah, if you're East, you got to think, you know, you got to get a split out of the first 2 games.
Right. Correct.
So Greenbrier East, now it'll be Pack, Molly
Pack.
Pack.
With the big kill.
And once again,
And Anya Hassan, a little bit off-speed ball. I don't know that she meant to do it, but it worked.
that's like a Hassan chop, right? That is
That's
like
right.
bringing the chop with that
That's
play.
right. That's right.
8-5 is the Beckley lead. So is there a certain rotation in volleyball like we see in basketball, or is this maybe like basketball sometimes how the flow of the game is going?
Usually you stick with what your normal rotation is typically because you have to rotate a certain way. You can't, you know, you don't get to play wherever you want. You know, you have to stay in certain order
Right.
or you'll be out of alignment and they get a point, you know. So no, typically once you got your rotation, you stick with it. I mean, unless there's an injury or
Right, something
someone's really
right.
not on, you know,
Right.
normally you have your core people.
So to be Abby Maller to serve. Beckley with that last point lead, 9-5. There's Abby Dillon. Across the net. Greenbrier East to return it back over, and they do.
Good.
Nice job.
Nice job.
And Greenbrier East thought that the young lady for Beckley hit it twice. And that's what East thought that they did. I don't believe she did. We had to watch the replay.
Yeah, I didn't see it either.
They were
twice.
thinking that Gallagher hit it twice. And that's what Greenbrier East at the front of the net was saying. But nevertheless, the point will go to Beckley, and they lead 10-5.
Yeah.
That's one thing. If it happened, I sure didn't see it.
Oh, I think what they're saying is that our libero, number 4, Emily Gallagher, hit a down ball in front of the 10-foot line, the white line right here.
Right.
Usually they're not allowed to attack. But I think it's if you go above the plane of the net, I believe. I don't think it's if you actually down ball.
Well, the point is on the board, and
yeah.
I guess they will.
I think you're not allowed to jump and hit in front of there, and also she can't use her hands to set someone, but I think she can down ball.
Well, they're going to give the point to Beckley and say it's good. Greenbrier East will argue the call, but you know what? Of all the years I've been doing any kind of sports on any level, I've never seen a coach win an argument with the referee yet.
Right.
So I don't know what we have. I know Coach Savage is not very happy with that call, and he'll call a timeout as we watch the replay.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, where she wears the white uniform, she's not supposed to hit the ball overhand like this. Okay, so see where she does that. She's not supposed to do that.
So that is illegal.
With her, yes.
So,
anyone else could do that on the team. Yes.
Well, I'm not sure if Greenbrier East is going to get their way. Right now, they have given the point to Beckley, and they lead 10-5 as he's called the timeout. So,
because that's considered an attack, even though she didn't hit it
right.
really
so
hard.
So in essence, Beckley's going to get a break because they're going to get to keep the point.
If they keep it that way, yes.
And it looks like they are because they haven't changed it, and it's 10-5. And like I said, I've never seen a coach win an argument with the referee yet.
Yeah, that's true.
That's like a husband trying to win an argument with his wife. That'll never happen
It
either.
does not work.
No, it does not work. I'm sure I don't have to ask your husband Eric about that, do I?
That's right. That's right.
Beckley gets the point there. If he's able to watch or listen in any way,
Yeah.
I hope I didn't dig.
He's here now. So
Well, I hope I didn't dig a big hole for him when he gets home tonight.
Right, you didn't. Abby Maurer with the ace just now. That was a good
All right.
serve. Yep.
11-5. All right, back the other way, Greenbrier East. Game played at a very high level, and Beckley once again.
Just got through the block, just barely there.
So they've opened up a 7-point lead, and they take a 12-5 lead. So Beckley halfway to taking a 2-games-to-none lead. Beckley won the first game 25-19. This is game 2 of the best 3 of 5. Good job by Beckley to keep that alive. And it will be out of bounds over to Greenbrier East.
Yeah.
So 12-6 is the Beckley lead. And Peyton Barker will be the server for Greenbrier East.
He's a good tennis player for Greenbrier East as well.
And your daughter Abby plays tennis.
Yeah,
I'm sure that's how
what
you
we
would know that,
for.
right?
Yep.
So it's good to have your insight here on the broadcast tonight. Nice job by Beckley at the net.
Yeah. Great block by Alexis Coleman.
You know, that's one thing on our football broadcast with Eric Thomas as my partner. His daughter Lexi is a sophomore at Beckley Woodrow.
Right. I know Lexi.
And our stat guy, Chris Farish, has a daughter at Woodrow as well.
Okay, yes.
So I've got the real inside connection.
I know Chris's daughter as well.
Yeah, so when
she's in
things
Abby's
go on
grade.
at the school about this player, that player, I've got both of them to inform me of I'm in on the scoop.
There you go. All right.
So now I got you on the volleyball side to tell me what's going on.
Right.
There's a point there for.
I think it should be this way.
Let's see.
I think she pointed the wrong direction. The ball went behind the antenna like we talked about earlier.
So Beckley will go up 14-6. This is the biggest lead of the ball game here at 8 points. Technically, can I say a ball game or it's a match, right?
You can say a ball game.
I can say that, okay.
I think either works. It's another little off-speed hit. It's hard to defend because they think it's going to come at their face, and then all of a sudden, if you can learn to do that, you can be pretty lethal.
So any other team out there that might be watching our broadcast tonight and they think that they might eventually play Beckley on down the road, they're definitely seeing that, and I'm sure as Beckley scores again.
Another ace by Lana Penn.
And that's really difficult to defend, and I'm sure that's what teams are thinking. If you're scouting Beckley, you've got to win some battles. Obviously, you got to win your share of battles at the net if you're going to have a chance.
Right. That's another reason I think Princeton's been so successful is they have a big net presence. They're very tall.
And Beckley with the point there, and Beckley's opened up a 17-6 lead.
Yes.
Got a nice little cushion.
You always want that in volleyball because
in any sport,
moment somebody can get a run. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you want to have a big enough lead so if the Greenbrier East will score, 6 or 7 in a row, you can call a timeout and kind of regroup the troops.
Yep, and it can easily happen.
Out of bounds, a little too strong.
Yep.
And Lauren, I guess you really got to be disciplined. Sometimes that's really hard to do because you want to get the ball over with some velocity. But if you hit it too hard, obviously you knock it out of bounds.
It's a fine line, yes, sir.
And once again, Greenbrier East knocks it out of bounds, 19-6. So from your day of playing back in the 90s to how they play now, what do you think is the biggest difference?
Oh, goodness. The speed of the game is so much faster, I think, than it was when I played. I mean, I just feel like it is. Also, of course, the scoring system, too. I think that might make it go a little bit faster, too, because every point counts now. If you were serving back when I played.
Right. That's the only way you could score was to serve.
Yeah, right. So the other team was the only one that had the pressure, really, because they wanted to get it back. So it changed the momentum of the game and really the whole dynamic moving to rally scoring.
And that time, Greenbrier East able to put
Alexis
back-to-back
Stack.
points.
Good hit down the line. She's hard to guard down the line.
And, as we stated a minute ago, that's why you want a big enough cushion. East has now got 2 straight points,
yes.
and they've cut the lead to 19-8.
They can quickly switch.
I mean, there's still a ways from getting back in it, but, you can't climb back in it till you do a little bit at a time.
Right.
Greenbrier East does a good job.
Over there.
And Beckley at the net. Alexis Coleman. She had 6 points coming into to this series.
Yeah.
And she's big again at the net, and Beckley up 20-8.
Alexis is our top blocker. She's a very good blocker.
And she showed why on that play.
Yep.
Greenbrier East back the other way. Abby Dillon with the setup. And a little too strong to point to East. I can only imagine what it would be like at a practice to see what you guys do. And I guess some of the younger players have to take the abuse of the older players at the net like that, right?
Yes, they sure do. Yep.
Abby Dillon with a nice setup, and Beckley with the point.
Good kill by Alexis Coleman.
So Beckley up 21-9. Hassan back into the game. Also, Skylar Jeffrey into the game, and she'll serve right now for Beckley.
Skylar's leading the team in aces.
There's the
Good
serve.
server.
Greenbrier setting it up at the net, and that's going to be out of bounds, a point to Beckley.
Barely. That's a good hit.
So, Beckley won the first game 25-19. This game, Beckley has really pulled away from them here in game 2.
Yeah.
And that'll be out of bounds over to Greenbrier East.
Yes. Oh, too much time to think about that one.
Yep.
Yep.
And, as you say that, and I'm sitting here as I've watched the first 3 games and game 1 of this and game 2 of this, I guess when you're at the front of the line like that, you really don't have time. You just got to go after it.
Just go get it.
Yeah, just got to go get it. Right.
You got to be ready, though. You got to be ready.
Like a rebounder
like
in basketball. When the shot goes up, you got to go get it.
Be ready. You don't know where it's going to be.
A nice job by Greenbrier East.
Yeah.
East comes up big at the net. Nice play that time by Gracie Grimm at the front of the net.
Right.
She's one of the team captains.
Gracie Gum.
Beg your pardon.
Yep, you're good. 13, Gracie Gum. Yeah.
So Beckley's doubled them up, though, leading 22-11. And back and forth we go. Set up.
Oh,
and it's out of bounds. Greenbrier East with another point. So East has now scored 3 in a row.
See how it works. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, it can be a game of runs.
Right.
Nice return by Jeffrey.
Jeffrey.
And when she hit it up in the rafters,
yeah.
She couldn't go back. She was the closest one to it. She couldn't hit it a second time.
Yeah. Timeout Woodrow.
And as we talked about, team get on a little run the way East has. Beckley has a big enough cushion where they can call a timeout. They lead 22-13. While we got a minute, I want to talk about the fine folks at Massey Power Sports. Massey Power Sports, one of the main reasons we're able to have this game on tonight. We appreciate them. As also we appreciate Brian Helton and Little General Stores, as well as all the parents in the Boosters Club of the Beckley volleyball team. And Lauren, I know you were a big push behind that, and we appreciate all that you've done, and definitely appreciating you help picking me up here.
No problem.
Doing color here with me.
No problem here. It's fun. Anytime I can talk about volleyball, I'm up for it.
Out of the timeout, and East able to score again. So I would think at this time, Beckley just need to settle
down. You can't get rattled. You can't get rattled. Next play.
That was a good timeout that Coach Bree Rose had called to kind of settle the troops down a little bit.
That's right.
Here comes the serve by Greenbrier East.
It's an aggressive serve. She's trying to go for that right back corner, but just barely out.
So watching, I guess, are they called referees, umpires? What are they called in volleyball?
Line judges.
Line judges. So when that red flag goes up, that means it's out of bounds, correct?
Correct, yes.
So Beckley leading 23-14. That's a football score.
Yeah.
over here, a good hustle that time.
Good hustle by Emily Gallagher.
Gallagher. She's back into the play. Abby Dillon with the setup. Greenbrier East able to get it back over the net. There's Deal with it. Nice job by Abby Dillon. That ball was coming at her
it was coming
pretty
fast.
hard.
That girl hits hard, yes.
I think my instincts would say get out of the way.
Yeah. Molly Pack, she swings hard.
So where does the point go on that one?
So they called us interference with the setter over the net on that by Lana Penn, so that's their point.
So Greenbrier East will
point.
get the point,
yes.
23-15. And now they serve
now
it into the net.
Beckley.
So now Beckley with a chance, leading 24-15. They need one more point to go up 2-0.
Yes.
Well, if you ever decide to retire early, Lauren, you got a backup gig doing color.
I'll have to tell Dr. Vaught that. I'll have to tell him that I got a side job here.
You got a side gig, right?
That's right. Yes.
Well, I'm retired, and this is what I do as a side gig. Of course, I've been in broadcasting for 34 years.
Right.
Back the other way, nice effort and hustle by Beckley. That was a good job by Jeffrey. She just couldn't get it over the net.
Yeah.
And Greenbrier East gets the point, 24-16.
Right.
Yeah, with everybody, I can see why all of them wear the knee pads. You could get all kinds of full burns.
You sure can, yes, for sure.
So Beckley a point away from going up 2-0. Dillon with the setup. And once again, Greenbrier East big at the net. Boswell that time, very huge at the front of the net.
Very good block by East.
24-17, that's a real football score right there.
Yeah.
And usually I would imagine, right, the hardest point, the toughest one to get. Beckley can't get it over the net, 24-18.
Got to keep the ball in play.
Coach Rhodes kind of getting them a little fired up a little bit. Back and forth we go. Greenbrier East that time. Beckley returns it. Nice little touch there by Abby Dillon. Yep.
Good move.
And Greenbrier East able to score again. So that's 4 in a row for the Spartans. And they've trimmed Beckley's lead to 24-19.
Yep. It can easily happen very quickly.
And as we talked about earlier, Lauren, that's the
nice.
And there's the game. That's why you get that big enough cushion.
You got to have that.
So when the other team makes a run,
yes.
And Beckley able to win the game. And you know and I don't know how odd this is, but Beckley wins both games by the same score.
Oh yeah, was the
25-19, 25-19.
That's right.
And now Beckley takes a 2-0 lead.
Right.
And now it really makes it difficult for East or anybody in a position to have to beat somebody 3 straight times.
It does, but it's possible. We did it to GW a year or two ago at regionals, and we were down 2-0-2, and didn't think we had a prayer, but came back, and it was exciting. Then they turned around and beat us in the state tournament in 5 games. I'd have rather won the state tournament match.
Right, sure.
But.
Well, we're going to go ahead and take a break and we'll take our breath and come back and get you ready for what could be the decisive game. Beckley leads the series on Greenbrier East 2-0. We'll take a break. We'll be right back as you are watching live streaming coverage of Region 3, Section 2, Class AAA Volleyball Tournament here in Beckley on Video Productions.
Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
This game is sponsored by Brian Hilton. Brian is running to represent you in the state senate. Brian is the conservative choice for Raleigh, Wyoming, and Fayette counties. He is pro-life and supports our Second Amendment rights. Brian Hilton will work hard to make it happen. Paid for by Hilton for West Virginia. Kayla Kessinger, Treasurer.
We won't raise your rates just because of an accident. Sure, everyone thinks they're a good driver. But when an accident happens, with Allstate, you don't have to worry, even if it's your fault. It's called accident forgiveness, and it starts the day you sign up. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. You keep us going. Thank you.
Dutch Mill.
And we welcome you back to Woodrow Wilson High School as my phone is blowing up. And they said, wow, they like my color commentary of, not my color commentary, but the person doing the color, Lauren Dillon.
Well,
here
whoever
tonight.
that is, I really appreciate it.
Well, you know, people that know me, and they know sometimes I need a little direction.
Well, at least you're not afraid to admit it.
Well,
That's good.
that's one thing. I'm
You know?
what do they call it? What's that word? Self-perseverance or whatever.
Uh-huh.
I think I have that. I think I know what I know. I know what I don't know.
That's right.
And I think
you know when to hold them. You know when to fold
that's
them.
right. And I think that's part of, I guess, somewhat success I've had.
Right.
And I guess
Right.
that's a part of it.
Yes.
By knowing what you know and knowing what you and
Not
being able to
everyone
admit,
knows everything. That's
especially
right.
you know being a man and being able to admit when you're wrong, right?
Oh yes, that's a big feat.
That's right.
Yeah, that does not happen very often.
Oh, no, well, I think that's one of the qualities I think I do have.
That's good. That's good.
All right, we're ready for game number 3 of this best of 5 series. We appreciate everybody's attendance on Video Productions. Maris Lowry with Lauren Dillon, and Greenbrier East gets the first point of game 3.
Stack, good kill. She's a strong player. She actually went to Independence Middle School and then transferred to Greenbrier East. Yeah, very good hitter. Very good hitter.
Of course, the winner of this series will get to advance to Wednesday's winner's bracket and wait on the loser of this series to play the winner of Princeton and Oak Hill.
Correct.
And the main thing, I would think, in any game, that you don't want to get too far behind, and now East is taking a 2-0 lead, and I think that's, as you and I talked about, Lauren, as you and I talked about, Beckley had enough cushion that when East made that run, they were able to hold them off and win game 2.
Yeah.
Beckley's
you got to put them away sooner, though. You got to put them away sooner.
Right. And you don't want to give up a game and give them life. You got them down 2 games to none. If you're Beckley, you don't want to get. They think, heck, hey, we beat you once, we can beat you 2 more times.
Exactly.
But for East, and I'm sure they're looking at it like this: you can't beat them 3 times, so you beat them once.
Yes, correct.
And back the other way over the net, and Greenbrier East starts this game strong as they have a 3-0 lead. You know, through the 5 games that Beckley has played tonight, and I have to look as I keep a running score, I don't believe that I'm looking. Beckley has not been behind very much.
No. Good hit right there by Celia Harris to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, Beckley, as I look here, Beckley was never behind in game 1, in which they won 25-19. They were down 1-0, and that was it in game 2.
Yeah.
And they didn't trail at any point in the 3-game sweep.
Right. It's an ace by Skylar Jeffrey, right on the line, I believe. That was close.
So Beckley gets the point, makes it 3-2. And Beckley can't get it over the net with the serve. Jeffrey, normally is really good.
She's trying to go short right there, and
that
it
time
didn't get quite over.
Couldn't clear the net.
Right.
Point goes to Greenbrier East, leading 4-2. During the break, as you know, I told your husband, Eric Dillon, I said, Eric, if you want to retire your wife early, she's got a job in broadcasting.
Oh, goodness. He knows I like to talk, so.
Well, the people probably think how you and I could ever be on the same broadcast because we both like to talk, right?
Right. It's a good dig by Emily Gallagher. Oh, it's tight. Oh,
and over the net, the point to Beckley.
Oh, man.
That was really neat, right at the front of the net.
Yeah, I don't think that was intentional, but it worked out in our favor.
We watched the replay here.
Yeah, thought it was going to land on our side.
And, you know, I guess when you're talking a play like that, Lauren, in volleyball is what we refer to in basketball 50-50 balls.
Yeah.
I guess that's what that is
Yeah.
in volleyball.
Right, correct.
So that move that your daughter Abby Dillon made, is that something that you taught her?
Yeah, it's a good dig. Oh, well, me or maybe my sisters, Natalie or Courtney,
right.
they both
Because I
played
know
volleyball.
all your family has got a history.
We love volleyball.
Yeah. 5-3, Zeus gets the point. Of course, you know, when your husband was playing basketball, I was doing radio when he was playing.
Yeah.
But you're going to say you're more athletic than he was,
Oh,
right?
well, of course. Are you serious?
All right. And I'm not going to disagree with you.
Actually, I can't lie. He can pick up anything and be good at it. It's very frustrating.
Greenbrier East now has doubled Beckley up with a 6-3 lead. And Beckley, nope, the point will go to East.
I'm saying it was 4 hits. The ball didn't go over the net.
Okay. So it's a 7-3 lead. You know, Lauren, our families are, I guess, kind of intertwined because your husband, Eric, if people that don't know, is one of the assistant superintendents of Raleigh County.
Yes.
And my sister-in-law, Penny, works with your husband. Eric is also, East gets a point, is one of the assistant superintendents in Raleigh County.
Yes. Actually, there was a touch on the block, so Beckley earned that point. There was a touch off the block before it went out of bounds.
And that is.
So it's Beckley's point. Should be 7-4.
7-4.
Yeah.
See, there you go. You pulled me back on the road again. I need you to do that.
You're good. It was just called at the last second by
Right.
this referee here. He saw it.
Of course, you know, I go back, you know, knowing your family and knowing your father for like I said, I can remember when you were an infant. So like I said, our families are somewhat intertwined from way back when. Yeah.
Long-time Beckley people.
And
that's a good corner hit. Yep.
And that, you know, Greenbrier, looked like that Beckley had pulled up a little bit, and Greenbrier knew right where to put the ball right there.
If you can hit deep corners, that's a good spot on any team, really.
So Greenbrier East has doubled up Beckley 8-4. Beckley at the net.
Nice, Abby.
Nice job.
Yes, good dig, Skylar.
Back the other way comes Beckley. Boy, back and forth we go. No, we've got a lot of talent out here, and Beckley able to get that point.
Yeah, that was a good point, back and forth.
But, you know, one of the things that your husband Eric said to you and I during the break between games, even though Beckley won that second game, he felt that Greenbrier East had a little bit of the momentum.
Yes.
And I think that proves to be true because
it is.
the beginning of this game with an 8-5 lead looked like Greenbrier East came out maybe a little sharper here in game 3.
Yeah, volleyball is definitely a game of momentum swings for sure.
And I'm sure it's just hard to, you know, to beat a team when you're playing just like one game like right after another.
Correct.
It's hard, especially when you're
like 3 out of 5's a lot.
Yeah. And a point to Beckley.
Not
and you're
sure
looking
what happened there, but that was a free ball and no one was back there.
2 evenly matched teams because you got Beckley the 1 seed, East the 2 seed. So when you have to play them, it's one thing if you play them best of 5 over a couple of days.
Right.
But when you got to play one game right after another like that.
It's a lot of volleyball, definitely. You got to stay focused the whole time.
So Beckley's cut the lead to 8-6. There's a setup. And once again, great job. Did they hit it? No, they didn't hit it.
Yeah, I think that was 4 hits. They
were
letting
I thought
it count.
they did, and I was waiting for them to stop
They were saying
play.
we picked it up, but it would have been 4 hits if we hit that over.
So Greenbrier East is coming up big at the front of the net, where Beckley had been really big in their sweep over Oak Hill in the first 2 games of this series.
Correct.
So 9-6 the lead. That was a nice hustle play.
Good dig by London Baker.
That was a great play.
Good dig by London Baker. Yes. Yes, that's a good dig. Now Beckley's got to put up a block here.
Able to set it up. And a
that's
nice
a good
job.
spot by Lana, yes.
You know, sometimes plays like that, the little tip is even better than, like I said, the crushing spike.
It goes down in the stat book as a kill, no matter how hard you hit it. Yep.
So 9-7 is the lead for Greenbrier East, and we're seeing a new player into the ball game for the first time.
Dahlia Hassan has come in back row.
Yep.
She's Anya's sister. They're sisters.
Right. Oh, she had not played in
No,
the
she
previous
hasn't
2 games, and she had not played in
Correct.
the Oak Hill series.
Yes.
Beckley gets the point there.
Yep, there's an ace by Alana Penn.
So it's a 1-point lead for East at 9-8. And Alana Penn will serve.
Leah Harris, a little off-speed roll there.
Great job
Yeah,
once
hit
again.
down the line. So when
Yes.
you do the off-speed balls, you make their defense adjust and pull in, and then you hit it deep. You hit it again. You got to mix it up.
Well, Beckley able to rally back after being down by as many as 4 to get the game tied at 9.
Right.
Abby Dillon with the set. And Greenbrier East back to the task. Great job by Beckley. Maurer with a great play.
Yeah, that was a good coverage by Abby Maurer.
And back and forth we
Good,
go.
good. Let's
Once
keep
again.
it. Oh,
And
right
Greenbrier
in between the
East
block.
able to regain the lead.
Killed by Taylor Boswell. She had an older sister, Maddie Boswell, that played for Greenbrier East a few years ago. She
Yeah.
plays for West Virginia Tech now. Real good volleyball player. And I think Maddie's a good softball player.
Right.
for Greenbrier
Well, there's
East.
no
Yep.
question, and I'm fortunate enough to be able to call this.
Uh-huh.
And volleyball is a sport that I do like,
Right.
even though I haven't been to a lot of games, as Beckley will get the point. But just to see this, and I like it's the pace, the way the game
Yes,
is going.
it's quick. It's back and forth, yeah.
And definitely it's been better for me to have you as a commentator to kind of bounce it off of than when I was doing it by myself.
Yeah, it'd be hard to commentate volleyball by yourself.
So the game tied at 10. This is game number 3 of the best of 5. Beckley leads the series 2-0. Beckley a win away from advancing to the championship bracket of this double elimination tournament.
Yep.
And Beckley able to get the point, and Beckley gets the lead. In fact, Lauren, Beckley, as I look at my sheet,
It's not
this is their first lead of the ball game.
First lead of the ball game.
11-10. Greenbrier East will get the point. Beckley went hard into the net,
Yeah.
but East able to score.
Right. She's good at hitting it off the block.
So like, how many timeouts do you get in
2.
volleyball? You get 2, and they can be taken at any time.
Yes.
Back and forth we go. And Beckley comes up big at the front of the net. Alexis Coleman with a nice play.
Alexis Coleman, yes.
Beckley regains the lead, their second lead, and they take a 12-11 lead.
Yep.
So this game, unlike the previous 2, has really been nip and tuck all the way.
Correct, yes. Looks like Princeton took the other match, though.
Great job by Greenbrier
Good
East.
block by Greenbrier East.
Yep. The Spartans control the front of the net. We're all even at 12.
Yep.
That clap you heard was fan from behind Lauren Dillon.
Correct.
It wasn't Lauren. I promise you it wasn't her.
Oh, that's right.
And like I said, I will say this, and I'll tell you here this in just a second, as you watch this play unfold. Back and forth we go.
Uh-huh.
Deal with a nice play. Greenbrier East in with the answers back across the net.
Yep. It's called a free ball. You want to try to use these easier balls.
There's a setup by Abby Dillon. East back across the net. Beckley, and a Beckley point.
So Leah Harris put that down. That was good.
First of all, you have a daughter out there, and for you to be as calm as you seem. Now, you may not be that calm inside, but sitting here.
My hands are.
Okay.
I'm kind of wringing my hands out as we speak, but
But you have really held it together. I mean,
I'm trying.
Well, I mean, that's really hard. I don't care if I had any parent
Yeah.
of any of these girls,
Right.
other, you know,
Right.
they would be, you know, it's very hard
it
because
is hard.
you're always a parent first.
Correct.
And it's really hard
Yes.
when your child's out there participating
Yes.
in something like this.
Right. A good up just now looked like maybe a pancake or something by Abby. Pancakes when you put your hand flat on the ground.
Okay.
And the ball bounces on it because you can't reach it, you know, so
Right.
you've got to spread out your hand and get it up.
So Beckley gets the point. They're up 14-12. Beckley was down as many as 4.
Oh, get ready. Good block.
Yep.
Oh, goodness.
But Greenbrier East able to answer back. And
Oh, that was
that's
in.
in.
I thought that was going to be out.
Big play for Beckley.
Yeah, it was a big hit by Anya Hassan.
When the game was tied at 12, Beckley's now scored 3 in a row and
Yes.
got a little momentum.
Yeah.
And Greenbrier East wants to take a timeout. While we got a minute, I want to tell you about the fine folks of Massey Power Sports. Massey Power Sports with 2 locations here in Beckley and also in Charleston. It wouldn't be possible without those fine folks. To Paul Massey at Massey Power Sports. Also want to thank Brian Helton for his participating and help getting this on, and definitely Lauren for all that you and the other parents have done as the boosters for Beckley to make this happen. Video production really appreciates it, and thank you very much.
No problem. Yeah, we've seen some other volleyball broadcasted throughout the state, and I've always wished that, you know, Woodrow games would be on air and people could watch and, you know, enjoy it. Volleyball is a really fast-growing sport right now across the country, so.
Well, the other game has ended, and we'll try to see who won that game. That series is over. And
I'm pretty sure Princeton did.
so if Princeton won, and we'll get the official word, Oak
Yeah.
Hill will be eliminated. Their season's over, correct?
Correct, because they've had
So
2
they've
losses.
lost. So that means that Princeton, and once we get the official word, as
Right.
Beckley serves,
Princeton will play the loser.
we'll
of
play
this
the loser
game
of this one
on Wednesday.
on Wednesday, and that
Yes.
will start at 6 o'clock, correct?
As far as I know, yes.
So on Wednesday, we'll only need the 1 court since we used 2 here tonight.
Correct, yes.
Back and forth we go.
Yeah, a lot of tipping.
This is a lot of fun
tipping.
here, watching it go back and
Yeah,
forth. as
good
Beckley,
swing by Anya.
Wow.
Yeah,
So it goes out of
Almost,
bounds, and
almost.
Greenbrier gets the point, 15-13.
yeah.
So can you remember what's the longest that you've seen it of the hitting the ball
Oh,
back and
goodness.
forth?
I don't know. There's been some long volleys.
Yeah.
I've not timed it because I'm too busy watching it, so I'm not
right.
sure.
Well, like, do you ever get caught up counting how many times it goes back
Not
and
really,
forth?
because usually I'm too nervous, you know.
Well, you don't seem nervous now.
Oh, goodness.
Well, I said you don't seem, not to say that you're not,
yes,
right?
Yes.
And
Good.
once
Good
again,
up,
strong
Emily.
at the net.
Yes, good.
Nice hustle by Abby
Good job.
Dillon.
Good hustle.
All the way around.
Oh, go.
Back, and that's going to be tough, and that's
Yeah.
going to be Greenbrier East's point, correct?
Yeah, correct.
To cut it to 15-14.
Yeah.
Well, and you know, Lauren, you got to figure with Greenbrier East, this series, you know, they won't be eliminated, but still,
Right.
you know that they were going to play this game.
Oh, yeah.
Not that they didn't play the other ones tight, but you
Yeah,
know they
yeah.
were really going to come out, and they really got to leave it all out there. They got to get back into the series.
Yes.
And they're going to say it goes, and the
Yeah.
game is now tied.
That's right on the line, I believe.
So we're all even at 15.
Yep.
And, you know, I say this in every sport, especially when you get to tournament time. Your best players have to be your best players.
Correct.
And this is when, in a tight moment like this, your best players have to come through.
Yep.
And we'll see
Yep. You
as
gotta-
Greenbrier East will regain the lead.
All right.
And
Might
we'll
need to-
see in this particular game which team's best players rises to get the win.
Yeah, we're going to pull someone else back in serve receive here just because 2 girls weren't covering the floor well enough. So we got to make an adjustment here.
Greenbrier East serves it over. A nice job by Abby Dillon.
Yeah,
as
that's good.
she
Caught
found a
him off
soft
ground.
spot.
Yeah,
that's
caught
what
him
you
off
call,
guard. Yeah.
Well, like what you call like a soft spot in the
Yes,
zone. She
yes.
found just enough
That's right.
to get it over the net
Enough
in between
space.
everybody.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah.
So we're even at 16. And it looks like the way this game has been played, it's going to come down to a player here or there.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Who's going to win it.
Right.
Good hustle by
Yep.
both teams.
We got some fans yelling back here.
Yep. The Beckley student body have come out to support their classmates.
Yep.
Back and forth we go.
Shirley, she can't.
Can't do that. Say it.
Wow, back over the net for Greenbrier East. And that's out. So Greenbrier East will gain the lead, 17-16. I know you're coaching as well.
Sorry.
That's all right.
I moved my microphone
I
a little
know,
bit
that's
there.
okay.
My bad.
Like I said, you know, as intense as this game is, and like I said, you having a daughter out there.
Yes, yes.
Back the other way. And Beckley will get the point and tie the game at 17.
Outside of the antenna there.
And, you know, like I say, you know, I just think it's going to come down to a play here or there,
It
or
is.
a spectacular
Yep.
play maybe.
Yep. Right.
One
Might set the
team gets
tone.
one more than the other.
Yeah, yeah. That's
now-
a lot of times what it is.
Now, if we get if we get tied, you have to win by 2 points, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
So I guess that's what they call, if it's 23 all, or it gets to be 24 all, that's when we call it overtime.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. That would be called overtime. It's a big kill there by Alexis Coleman.
And that's, I think, if Beckley, that's been the difference of what I've seen of volleyball here tonight, the presence that Beckley has when they attack the front of the net.
Yeah, yeah.
And I would imagine it's similar to football. When you're good up front, good things happen. When you're good in volleyball at the front of the net, good things happen.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Beckley keeps it alive.
Good up, Alana.
Nice
Just
hustle.
good
They
up,
got to
good
get it
up,
over, and
good
they
up.
do. There's a nice setup.
Move. There you go. Go. Oh, my God.
Nice job at the front of the net. Boswell with a big play for Greenbrier East.
Yep.
We're even at 18. So we're really getting into crunch time now, coming down the stretch. Here comes the Greenbrier East serve. Abby Dillon with the set.
That was good. Another
And
kill
a
by
point by
Alexis
Beckley.
Stack. Or not Alexis Stack, Alexis Coleman. Another kill by Alexis Coleman.
Yeah, like I said, Coleman, Harris, and Penn have really been outstanding when they go to the front of the net.
Yes.
So Beckley with a 1 point advantage, 19-18. And Alana Penn will serve this one. And that looked like that it hit inbounds.
Looked like it hit the line. Oh, but he's calling them. They're calling East is in the net, I believe.
Now, if it hits on the line, is it in?
It's in. But the ball was in, but I believe they were in the net according to this down ref right here.
Waiting on the call. And there's a timeout for Greenbrier East. And I don't see a point either way put up there.
I think it was for Beckley. I think it's 20 for Beckley.
And now there's the point put up, Lauren, and it's 20 to 18.
Correct.
So Greenbrier East takes the timeout.
Yeah.
So if you're in the huddle right here now for Beckley, what would Coach Brewer, what is she telling the girls here as we're coming down the stretch of this game?
You have to put your foot on the gas. You can't let up. You have to get these next few points. You can't let them take a timeout and rattle your serve. You got to get your serve in bounds. If you don't get your serve in bounds, that's an automatic point for them.
Right. So is there anything other than the serve specifically that she might be telling the girls?
Be ready for tips. A lot of times when teams are they need a point, they won't swing away. They'll tip the ball or roll the ball, so you got to be ready to move in the middle.
I learned a whole lot right there. So out of the timeout, Beckley will have it, trying to add to their lead. They lead 20-18. They lead in the series 2-0. There's Greenbrier East back the other way. Beckley able to retrieve it. Abby Dillon with the setup. Will be a tough play. Beckley gets it back in play.
Good hit
Over,
by Alana Penn.
and a big point for Beckley.
A good back row attack by Alana Penn.
And now a little bit of a cushion, up 3, 21-18.
A little bit. You want some more,
bit.
though, yeah.
But as you said, if you're Beckley, you can't let up on the gas now.
No.
You hope that if you're Beckley, you don't even give the serve back to Greenbrier East.
Correct. That's good. You want that.
Right
Ace,
there. And Greenbrier East unable to handle the serve.
Yes. Now, Alana, after a hard serve like that, Alana just needs to keep this in. Just keep this in.
And Beckley's now scored 4 in a row and up 4, 22-18.
Yeah. Sometimes your momentum gets going and you might hit it out. Good kill by
Beckley
Celia Harris.
23-18. You know, what I've seen, there might be teams from play here and there throughout the course of the game that could challenge Beckley at the net.
Yeah.
And more times than not, Beckley makes that play at the net.
Yeah. If we can get the set there, it's usually these hitters are good. Smart hitters. Oh, see,
and
that's what
that
you gotta,
won't clear the net.
Yeah. So you just got to side out right here.
So 23-19 as Greenbrier East able to score with that serve not getting over the net.
Yeah. She had some good serves before that, though, so.
And Greenbrier East gets the point on this one.
Yep.
23-20.
Right now you just got to settle down, side out.
Here comes the serve. Beckley keeps it
save,
alive.
Good save.
Yep. And that will go off Beckley.
Yep.
That'll go off Maurer, and that'll be a point for Greenbrier East.
Yep. So we got to get a serve receive pass here off of this serve. You got to get the ball up to where we can actually execute a hit.
23-21. 2-point advantage for Beckley. Here comes the serve from Greenbrier East. Abby Dillon with the set. Harris delivers. East able to return it. And a point for Beckley.
It's a good return. Haley Irvin was serving for Greenbrier East. She's a really good server. Hard sometimes to break her serve, so we needed to get out of that quickly.
So here's Beckley with the chance to get the broom out and sweep up.
Yes.
As Abby Dillon will now be the server. 3-point Beckley lead, 24-21.
Yep.
And a good job by Greenbrier East.
Off the block, yes. Good hit. Alexis Stack again. She's strong.
24-22. It's nervous time here in Beckley.
Oh, yeah.
Comes the serve.
It's a good pass.
Beckley sets it up. Greenbrier East able to return it.
Got to use this right here.
Set up by Abby Dillon. There's the tip over and at the net.
Good block by Celia Harris. Yeah, she was ready on that
Beckley
one. That was
wins
really
the
good.
game
Yes.
and wins the series.
Yes, that was good. That was good.
So Beckley wins 25-22. Since you've been on this long, you're going to have to sit for a couple more minutes.
I will.
We're going to take a break, and then we'll have the post-game show. And
Okay.
we want you to be a part of that. So
Gotcha.
Beckley gets the broom out. They sweep up Greenbrier East. Beckley wins game 1, 25-19. They win game 2, 25-19. And they win game 3, 25-22. And they win the series 3-0. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back and wrap it up right after this as you are watching live streaming coverage of Region 3, Section 2, Class AAA Volleyball here on Video Productions.
Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
At Access Health, we believe there's a difference between care and caring. We know you by name, and our 26 locations keep you healthy so that you can do the things that truly matter.
This game is sponsored by Brian Helton. Brian is running to represent you in the state senate. Brian is the conservative choice for Raleigh, Wyoming, and Fayette counties. He is pro-life and supports our Second Amendment rights. Brian Helton will work hard to make it happen. Paid for by Helton for West Virginia. Kayla Kessinger, Treasurer.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. You keep us going. Thank you.
Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia high school athletics and our area student athletes. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, with 2 locations for your convenience: 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley and 8762 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia's student athletes. A winning combination. GMC, we are professional.
And we welcome you back to Beckley Woodrow Wilson High School. I'm Maris Lowry with Lauren Dillon, and this is the Region 3 Section 2 Class AAA Volleyball Tournament. And Beckley has found their way in to the winner's bracket, Lauren, as they swept Oak Hill. The Beckley was the 1 seed, Oak Hill was the 4 seed. Beckley won that series 3-0. Then Greenbrier East beat Princeton 3-1. And now Beckley able to sweep up Greenbrier East 3-0. Beckley wins game 1, 25-19, game 2, 25-19. And, of course, to get the sweep, it was a much tougher game. But Beckley found a way to get it done. They win 25-22. So now if you're Beckley, you can sit back, and I know they won't sit back. They'll go back to work tomorrow and practice to get ready, because they're going to play on Wednesday, and they're going to play the winner of Princeton and Greenbrier East, who will play again. As we mentioned, Greenbrier East won the first time 3-1. So those 2 teams will play at 6 o'clock on Wednesday.
Yes.
And then the winner of that will come back and have to beat Beckley twice, which essentially, when I say twice, we'll have to beat them 6 times, because they're going to have to win
3 out of 5 matches.
Right, 3 out of 5 matches. So appreciate you, like I said, and I do mean this, that, like I said, when I was taking the car off the rail, you were able to grab the wheel and bring me back on with your volleyball expertise. But the biggest thing, and I got to say this, and how you kept it under control. You know, you had a daughter out there, and I know that wasn't easy
to
have your daughter, and you wanted to cheer, but you were able to sit in and do this and actually call it, and your knowledge of the game and help me out. I really appreciate that.
No problem. I enjoyed doing it. It was fun, and anytime I can play or talk about volleyball, I'm game.
Well, then I'm going to look for you on Wednesday to come back and help me.
Okay, sounds good.
So we'll set up the situation Wednesday at 6 o'clock, right, Lauren? It will be Princeton and Greenbrier East.
Yes.
That'll be a best 3 out of 5.
Yes.
Then the winner of that, there'll be a little break at the conclusion of whoever wins that.
Yeah.
And then Beckley will take on the winner of that, and the winner of that will have to beat Beckley in 2 best 3 out of 5.
Correct.
To win the section and advance to the regional tournament, which is Saturday, correct?
Yes, and the advantage of winning your section is you get to play the second-place team out of the other region.
Just like it is in girls and boys basketball.
Yes, and then if you win, then 2 teams out of your region advance. So that's beneficial.
So the setup is in volleyball, like I said, exactly the way it is in boys and girls basketball.
Right. Yes.
Well, Lauren, I appreciate your help. Thank you very much. I want to appreciate all the people that made this possible, including you as a parent and the other parents with the boosters of the volleyball team were a big part of helping getting this on. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you for doing it, and thank you for being here, and we really appreciate it.
All right. We also want to thank Massey Power Sports. They were a big player in this as well. And Massey Power Sports, 2 locations in Beckley and also in Charleston. And also want to thank Little General Stores and Brian Helton. Your son comes by. Of course, you got an athletic family. You got your daughter playing volleyball. Your daughter played basketball. Your son plays basketball. I mean, you and your husband's like all over the place.
Right.
Are y'all ever home?
No, never. So I don't cook. So, I know a lot of the fast food places, and, we know what to get.
So did your husband know that when you married him you wasn't going to cook?
Pretty much, yeah. He was aware of that.
And he took you anyway.
That's right.
Good for him. Good for him. He married up.
I don't know about that, but
good for him.
Oh, well, thank you.
All right, we want to thank everybody here at Beckley Woodrow Wilson for making this happen. We appreciate everybody that worked, and especially the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing. And I always say, when we've got Faith Alexander here, she is the brains of the outfit. And Robbie Mounts is here, as well as Butch Mounts. And for my color analyst, Lauren Dillon, I'm Maris Lowry. Beckley defeated Oak Hill 3-0, beat East 3-0. We'll be back Wednesday at about 5 minutes till 6 for the conclusion of this Region 3, Section 2, Class AAA volleyball tournament. Until then, good night, everybody.